Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at adding a clickable checkbox to a document using a very simple macro. I'm going to attach my macro to the Quick Access Toolbar, just an easy way to insert that checkbox whenever I need it. We're going to record a macro to insert this checkbox, but we are going to need to edit that macro a little bit because one of the options we want to use does not appear to work when you're recording a macro. So let's see how we're going to do this. But first you need to make sure that the Developer tab is visible on your ribbon. If not, choose File, go to Options, go to Customize Ribbon. Over here on the right, make sure that you're viewing main tabs and scroll down and click on the Developer tab to make it visible. To record the macro, go to View and then Macros and choose Record Macro. Name your macro. I'm calling mine Insert Clickable Checkbox. Remember, you can't have spaces in macro names. It must also start with a character. I'm storing all my macros in my normal .dotm file, so they'll be available to all documents in future. That's really important. We're going to click on Button if you want to add it to your Quick Access Toolbar. Click on the macro that is in the list here now and just click Add to add it to your Quick Access Toolbar. We'll come back and make it look a little bit better in a minute. I'll click OK. Now we're going to record adding the checkbox. It's important because now you're recording everything to focus on what you're doing. We're going to the Developer tab over here in the Controls area. You'll see that there is a checkbox Content Control. You're going to click it to add it to the document. Then with it still selected, go to Properties. If you want to change the symbol, come down here to Checked Symbol. Select the font Wingdings 2 because that contains the checkbox symbol, so you can choose from something here. I'm going to choose this one that is a little bit more drawn, if you like. Now, ideally, I don't want to show the bounding box, so I'm going to click None, but this isn't going to work, as you'll see, and we'll need to do that programmatically in a minute. I'll click OK. If you want to, at this stage, you can select your checkbox, hold the Shift key and use the right arrow key to do that so it's built into the macro. Go to the Home tab on the ribbon and you can select a larger font size. I'm going to make mine 14 points. I'm still recording. I want to stop, so I'll go to View and then Macros. Click this drop-down list here and choose Stop Recording. Let's delete our checkbox. Let's insert it using the option here. And you'll see that we haven't been successful in removing the bounding box, but that's fine. I'm just going to show you that it is working. When we click on it, we get the check, and then we can just click on it again to turn it off. But this bounding box, we're really going to need to clean that up. To do that, you're going to the Developer tab again and go to Visual Basic because you need to get into the macro code here, and here it is on the screen. We're going to add our extra code here immediately after we do the Wingdings 2 because that means at this point we're still focused on our checkbox control, and this is the line that we're going to paste in. I'm going to give it to you in the description, but it reads Selection.Range.ContentControl. So we're just using the same code as we had up here, .appearance, and we're setting it to wdContentControlHidden. That means that the bounding box itself is hidden. So I'm just going to save that. Let's close this down and let's go and run our macro again. This time you'll see that there is no bounding box for the checkbox, unlike this one here. Now that we've got a way of adding a clickable checkbox to a document, we need to come back and sort out the problem here. So I'm just going to click the drop-down arrow, go to More Commands. We're going to click on the macro name and we're going to click on Modify. Now for this particular command, there is something that approximates a checkbox here. We have a cross and a tick. I'm going to use the cross symbol for mine. I'm also going to select the display name here, take that out, and I'm just going to put in a capital X. That'll be a good indication to me as to what this macro is doing. I'll click OK and then OK again. And so now this is our method of inserting a clickable checkbox into a document. We're just going to click on that. If you want to learn a bit more about how I set up my Quick Access Toolbar and the macros that are on that, you can see that in the video linked in the top right of the screen right now. As you're exiting Microsoft Word, you don't have to save this document, but if you are prompted to save normal.dotm, you will need to do so because that contains your macro, and if you don't save it, there's a chance your macro won't be saved and won't be available in future. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results every time, then you'll love my other YouTube videos. So give this video a thumbs up and click to subscribe to the channel. And on the screen now, you'll see a video that I've handpicked for you to watch next.